English teacher part 120. It was missed out in the previous sequence, and now I have provided this video after video number 127, and it was missed out in the sequence after video number 119. Teaching for effective growth. Among the skills particularly useful for integrating general and effective instruction to produce effective growth are classroom management, modeling, identifying student values, motivating, being sensitive to feelings, soliciting responses, reacting, and resolving conflict. Classroom management for effective growth. The effective classroom management skills give you freedom to teach your students the freedom to learn. Principles that you have already learned will become even more important as you stimulate effective growth. Number one, structure, classroom arrangement, and activities to facilitate group learning. Be flexible in arranging furniture and materials as various students groupings require. Number two, as far as possible, use questions rather than direct instructions to remind students of the limits and invite cooperation. This approach leads learners to make sense of and take responsibility of their action. If your goal is to help students to learn self-control, give them opportunities to monitor their own behavior. Number three, avoid personal comments such as "you are not supposed to be doing that." Instead, state rules in personal way of possible, such as littering is not allowed in the class except in unusual circumstances. Rules should apply to all. Identifying students' values and attitudes. Discovering the current values and attitudes of students is the first step in promoting needed changes. Only by identifying your students' learning needs can you choose wisely the effective goals on which they should focus. When you have established those goals, you should analyze them to determine the most effective teaching methods for promoting their achievement. To teach for effective growth, analyze values and attitudes that govern affect, that is, feeling, emotion, desire, especially those that result in action. By being genuine and empathetic, by showing respect for others, you will help your students to identify effective learning goals for themselves. To identify your students' values and attitudes, observe their actions, collect data on their behavior, and analyze the data you have collected. Draw inferences from it. You can infer values and attitudes from their behavior, and to find evidence through testing techniques such as asking students to choose between competing values statements or by justifying actual or hypothetical behavior. Be very careful in using such techniques, however, for any process, whether concrete or hypothetical, that imposes competition or calls students for self-worthiness into question can intimidate and even traumatic for those who lack the self-assurance. Modeling effective behavior. The most effective way of teaching, promoting effect and the value is to be an exemplary role model. This includes creating a positive environment for students' effective growth and facilitating effective goals and their transfer. If you wish your students to develop trust, openness, and genuineness, be trusting, open, and genuine. If you wish them to develop tolerance, respect, and acceptance of others, be tolerant to them. Be respectful and accepting of them. Well, next is being sensitive to the feelings. Your reactions to the students or the classroom incidents make a difference in the way your students respond. They can be strong motivators or serious incentives. To establish positive relationship with your student, you will need to be sensitive to their feelings and they to yours, of course. Reflection is a technique used to mirror another behavior by focusing, feeling, and reflecting them accurately without expressing uh, a positive or negative judgment out of